What's good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you here with my Crusadia Guardragon deck profile that I piloted for this 3v3 team event. It was me and my team was Taylor, who piloted Salamangreat, Shane, who piloted Subpairs, and I took this. Our team was Blazing Skies, so we lit up the sky. We ended up going undefeated throughout the entire tournament and got first place. So, and for first place, it was a box, so we got to split a box. So I got some packs here that I'm going to open for you guys at the end of the video. So if you guys, not a lot of things have changed with the main deck, so if you saw my previous profile and you just want to skip to the pack openings, you go right ahead and do that. No harm, no foul. But for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and go quickly through the deck profile and tell you guys how everything did. So my matchups were, round one was Altergeist, which is inherently this deck's hardest matchup, and it was a 1-2. I won. I went undefeated all day. I didn't lose a single match. I lost a few games. Normally my game one was rough, but my game two and three were strong. Game one was Altergeist. Game two was Trains, which both games I 2-0'd him. I just ended broken. My board was like 7-8 negate, so he couldn't play past that, even though they're really good at going second. So round three. Oh, what was round three? Round three was Sky Strikers. Turn one, he had the perm at the right moment, and I didn't have an extending hand to play through. Games two and three, I just unlimited negates. Actually, Avermax is probably the best card that shined the brightest today. Avermax, just Altergeist and Strikers cannot out Avermax that easy. So he put in a work. One of my weakest boards today was just an Avermax alone, and that game was pretty much in my grasp, but I ended up misplaying. So, and then my second weakest board is just Avermax and Crystal Wing, which I did against the Sky Striker player, and just for the ability for Avermax just being so strong, untargetable, it just made Widow Anchors and stuff useless. So, and then round three I played round three was, oh man, I'm trying to think. It's round three, Sky Strikers, Trains, Altergeist. I then played Salamangreats. Yeah, round three was Salamangreats. Yep, round three was Salamangreats. And then round four, I want to say, was Altergeist again. But there's something in the middle there. I cannot remember for the life of me. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. So it was two Altergeist, a Sky Striker, a Salamangreat, a Train, and I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me in the comments below. But yeah, it was pretty much, I went undefeated all day. We had a really good strategy. Taylor was 1, Shane was 2, I was 3. Shane's a little rusty, so we put him in the middle because a lot of the guys were putting their strongest players in the middle to reach out to the other two, because we did like the talking system where 1 could talk to 2, 3 could talk to 2, but 3 couldn't talk to 1, and they had to do that way. So we decided to do it that way so me and Taylor could coach Shane if he needed it. But pretty much after round 1, Shane's rush went off, and it was pretty, he was fine. But the strategy worked great because everyone else did that strategy, and what we did we did it reverse. So our two strongest players, or like more pristine players, such as Taylor and I, were on the outside playing against the two less pristine players. So it was a really strategic advantage for us. And sometimes that wasn't the case. Sometimes it was just they were just good players all around, and they just got unlucky. I won all the dice rolls today, all the dice rolls. So it was a good day. So let's just jump to the deck profiles and get the packs. How about that, guys? Not much has really changed. Three I almost called him Vaskai. Crusadia Maximus, 3 Arborea. Arborea came in clutch today because there was a lot of ogres and destruction run around. 3 Draco. In my opinion, these 3 are the most important that the deck has. A Tuner, a level 4, and the Dragon. This is pretty much the key to all your combos. And then 3 Reclusia, man. Oh, against Altergeist, guys, being able to force the back row, even against Salamangreat, even though it didn't come up. In theory, it would have. But being able to force the back row is so good. And then lastly, for my opinion, probably the worst Crusadia is Leonis, but you need names. And then we opt to play 1 Crown instead of the World Legacy Guardragon. So in my previous video, we talked about, I showed you guys I was playing 1 World Legacy Guardragon because it was a dragon. It was a hand trap that protected my linked monsters from certain cards like Imperm, Valor, and No Material. But I kind of started tinkering around with the deck, and I realized I just needed more extenders. And Crown has always been a good card for this deck since it's themed in the deck. It's just an extender. It's a negation that you can end on. It's a negation you can draw with the Saryuja that you can put on the field. And in my opinion, my goal was to, like, worst case scenario, if I'm just able to end on an Avermax or Equal Max with a negate, Royal Crown is a second form of interruption. So that was my theory behind it, is an extender. If you open any of these guys with the Guardragon, you had nothing. If you open any of the, if you just opened one Crusadia and the Guardragon, you had nothing. But if you open one Crusadia and this, you had the full combo. So that was my opinion with it, and it worked out well. Crown never got summoned out, though. Sadly, I never saw him. But in theory, in Theorycraft, he worked great. I should take that back, guys. Against the Sky Striker player, I opened this, and I was able to do the old Crusadia one-punch. I put this plus a Kaiju and Maximus for 11,200 damage. So he did come up. And then just also, guys, take note that he's really good bait for those, for the Altar guy, not the Altar guys, the Salamangreat. You special this to a zone he points to. If he attempts to activate, you can sack this off and destroy the Salamangreat if they don't have the Banelinks. But moving on to the spells, or not to the spells. Ooh, jumping the gun, guys. For the Dragon Engine, as you guys know, same old package. Always play this. Not much to say. This guy ended up in my hand a lot today. You don't ever want to see him, but like I've told you guys before, I am the king of one-ofs. So like my first 5 cards will be 4 of the one-ofs in the deck that I don't want to see. So this guy and this guy are loyal. Both Red Eyes was in my opening hand so many times. It's such a good thing that LP summons from the hand too. Otherwise, it would be rough. But Guard, he's really good because even if they ash the LP and you have him in hand, you have the ability to still combo off, which is really good because you can just banish the LP and summon him out. This guy is busted. However, I'll tell you what, I saw him I think twice in my hand today. One time, and I was able to play through with him and put him back with the Saryuja. And then one time during my first round ever in the tournament, I saw him with Quick Launch, and I lost that game. So, or lost that match. Yeah, I lost that game, but I won the match. So, yeah. So that's it. Those two. One game of seal. We don't need this to win, as people are. We don't need this to win, but we can still. But like we put him on the board, we do win. So why not play him? Without him, we still put on like three interruptions. So yeah, not much to say. 3 Ash. I still opted to play hand traps because I know, like, me and Taylor were talking, maybe I should have gone to a more Guardragon Thunder variant, but I didn't want to play Thunders or anything crazy, Chaos, Thunder, Guardragon Crusade. I didn't want to put Thunders in it. So Thunder, Dangers too. I didn't want to put any of that in it. But however, since this is not that variant, they can get away with playing hand traps because they have such extenders like the Dangers. I thought that we needed to have that interaction to where if we brick, or in the slight cases that we do brick, because the deck is very consistent, we brick or they have the appropriate hand trap, or they have multiple appropriate hand traps that you can't play through, you have the ability to kind of stall out because, you know, you can, even if you can't establish the negate board, you can still one punch with Equal Max. So I opted to still play the hand traps, which came in very well. Like drawing these off of the Skull Dread, really good. But that's it for the monsters. Going to move quickly into the spells. 1 Guardragon and 1 Succession. These are your searchable off your Ib and your Crawler. Really good extenders. And 1 Monster Reborn. What can I say? They're all really good extenders. You don't. These 2 are hard ones per turns. So like you don't want to risk your chance in opening multiples of them. I want a chance to play all 3 because even though this only has interactions with the Rocket and the Rocket Synchron and Draco, you still almost will always have access to Draco throughout your combo, so this will always be live. There is a few cases where it comes up that it does brick, but you know, when it's like, you can't be lucky all the time, so yeah. Moving on, we're playing 3 Waterfronts and 2 Terraformings. So the theory, I normally would play 2. I used to play this package, and then now I'm here. So you want to see the Waterfront, however, through testing through this tournament, I was seeing too many Waterfronts. Like my top decks and stuff like that was either a Waterfront or Terraformings at times. So I might actually cut this back down, or cut this down, or go back to the original so I can play more extenders maybe. I don't know. But however, like it did accomplish what I wanted it to do. I wanted to see this card because I knew if I saw this card, it'd automatically be a win. So I saw it all the times I needed to. So it was really good. It's just sometimes late game drawing into another copy of it stinks. But if that's like the repercussion you have to take if that's the repercussion you have to have for seeing it and winning, I guess it's okay. 3 Call by the Grave, never saw it once. When I did see it, they didn't have a hand trap. Actually, take that back. Last round against Alter Guys, they had Lancia, and they were going to try because the dragons are inherent summons, so like they can't chain to the to the chaos dragons. They can't chain to these. But after I successfully summoned the one, he dropped Lancia, and that was going to cause a hindrance because I couldn't summon this guy, so I just used Call by the Grave to the Lancia. The only time it came up today, but we're a combo deck. You have to play the Call bys. Yeah, so I think this card is going to be better. I think in the future when that new Crossout Designator comes out, I don't know if we'll play that or not. Maybe in the pure variant. Well, not even the pure variant because we have like Testament and Power, but you must play 3 Call bys. We will always remember the day when they put that card to, put this card to 2. It was the most dumbest thing Konami's ever done. For the final spells, 3 quick launch. This is your extender. This card is fantastic. It allows you to extend. It allows you to make Ib. And then Ib leads you to Borreload Savage. So it's really good. Worst case scenario, like this, plus a Crusadia is full combo, etc. You know, so it's really good. There was like that one instance where I opened both the targets for it, and it made me want to play another rocket. So when that happens, I still have a play. But then I started thinking like, then knowing my luck, I'll open both the rockets, or open both the rockets and a quick launch. And then where am I at? I'm in worse because now 3 cards are dead in my hand versus just the 2. So yeah, so that's it for the 3 quick launch. For the traps, same old trap lineup. 2 Imperm and 1 Crawler. Crawler is also loyal, will always be in your hand. Someone made a comment, if I played 3 Crawlers, I would probably never see it. And that might be true. I might try that out, but that would probably be the moment and the day that my luck changes and I'd open all 3. So still playing 1 because it searches your old legacy. It allows you to proc off your, it allows you to give you, it works well with Equal Max and Gamma Seal because you summon it to Equal Max tributes it to negate, gives your Gamma Seal more counters. And yeah, so it's really good. Imperm is very good. It's another hand trap that I opted not to cut because it's good going first or second. And also, Imperm fuels the Gamma Seal too. On to the extra deck, and I'll actually show you guys the side deck for this event too. So, but it's standard: 2 Magius, 1 Spatha, 1 Regulix, and 1 Equal-Max. There was a lot of, so like, between Equal-Max and Avermax here, I thought about doing a video on these 2 alone just to talk about the situations that they're prominent in, and today was the proving point for Avermax because I kind of thought like, you know, why should I go into Avermax when I can just end an Equal-Max? And as good as Equal-Max is, as good as his negation is, he's not as good as Avermax in some instances. Altergeist and Sky Strikers almost do not have an out for this card. This card beats Boral Sword, and it's too good not to play. Like Milaseek targets, Siliquitous targets, Widow Anchor targets, like everything targets, and they cannot target this card. Whereas with Equal Max, all they have to do, given if you open subpar, I want to say, like, and when I say subpar, I mean you open with like a Savage, a Crystal Wing, and this guy. So like your 3 negates. Then that's subpar. They will normally be able to, Strikers or even Altergeist, like at the right moment, like if they flip the right floodgate, like they just bait the Equal Max and then just bait the other 2, and then like since Equal Max is gone, they can take the Equal Max, they can take whatever, you know, they can do whatever they want. But however, with Avermax, like even though like you can still end on the same negates that Equal Max gives you, 3 negates, so like Equal Max will be your 3rd negate, you can still on 3 negates, not including Equal Max though, and this guy, and you're still in a more solidified board state. And I chose to play the Avermax here over the 2nd Saryuja, because even though by the time you're making the 2nd Saryuja, you're just overextending. Maybe you're gonna put a Dawn Dragster on, but then again, I think in a lot of instances, even though the negation is good with Dawn Dragster, this guy's still just better. But like the 2nd Saryuja, like if you want to see the waterfront on your 1st Saryuja or you open your hand, by the 2nd it's just a dead card because you can't extend the resources to get them. And then Saryuja can sometimes become problematic because it gives your opponent a zone to summon to. It gives you them an attack boost. So I just thought the 2nd Avermax was good, and he was the MVP all day long. So play an Avermax, guys. I promise you. And since Skuldred's going to go to 1 probably anyway, you might as well play it. For the Guard Dragons, self-explanatory. Summon from hand or deck, summon from grave or banished, summon from extra deck. Triple Burst is really good because he can negate the Ray, which is extremely well, and he can also negate an opposing Avermaxes as well, so take that into consideration too. So, but this is normally you make this with use Skuldred here and this to make the Avermax, so, which also means when you link for Borreload Savage, or Synchro for Borreload Savage, you can grab the Saryuja, which makes Savage stronger and more negates. Onto the Synchros. 1 Ib, summon, search, make Borreload Savage. It's really good. F8 on Dragsterus, another form of negation. I felt that since we had the Avermax, there's no more need for the, what's his bucket, Quantum Dragon, because like they have to target him for attacks, and though they can target, like Avermax is such a bigger threat than like the Quantum Dragon, like Avermax is just so good that it makes this card better than the Quantum Dragon. So yeah, Crystal Wing to spec off the Agripane, because still to this day, from the beginning of time, this guy hits the Thunders in hands, this guy hits Dangers in hands, this guy hits a lot. Your Equalmax can do what the Hot Red Dragon Abyss does, so that's just my opinion. 1 Borreload Savage. All right, we're just going to quickly jump into the side deck. So 3 Lancia, not much to say. Orcust, Thunder Dragon. Believe it or not, like I was able to dodge all the Orcust today. I played, I guess, I played Striker and Salamangreat, and then Taylor took on all the Orcust, so this card never went in. 3 Valor, again, was in there for the Orcust, and in the Rogue, and I guess for Rogue matchups, but never Veilored anyone, but it was there for the Orcust and never saw it. 3 Kaijus, just because I wanted to have the ability to do the Equalmax OTK, so there's that. Push these up here. And then we play 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Again, oh, there we go. Again, guys, I was kind of fearing the Orcust matchup to an extent, because I didn't want to use Twin Twisters, because if you Twin Twisters, you pitch your combo piece or an extender or whatever you need to hit those 2 cards right. And then, sorry about that, guys, camera died, so continuing on. Twin Twisters, right? So Twin Twisters, you pitch your combo piece or pitch, you know, an important, not even an important card, just like an extra card in your hand to target the 2 Fog Blades. They detach near grids to your Twin Twisters. You negged hard. You just pitch 2 cards essentially from your hand for free. Whereas Cyclone solves that. Cyclone can also pick off the mine. It can banish the Salamangreat spell or trap, so they can't add them back. So it came up, and it's good for Altergeist too, I guess, in a sense. It went in a lot, but I never saw it. But instead, I saw the boot. The boot floated in my hand quite a bit. I actually, against my Salamangreat matchup, he opened 3 Imperms against me. And this deck is resilient. It can play through hand traps. But sometimes at the appropriate hand traps at the right time, multiples, like 3 Imperms can really do you. So I put these in, actually, and still opted to go first, because I was like, so help me God, he Imperms me, I'll red rebooted. Which, yeah, so that's it for the side, guys. So overall, I went undefeated all day long. Like, we lit up the sky. I think our song for the day was Light Up the Sky by 1,000 Foot Crutch. That's what we did all day long. But again, MVP of the day was definitely Avermax. He is permanent spot in my extra deck now. I think I will, unless they ban Saryuja completely, I think this is what I will play ratio and count-wise. So, a really solid. Don't expect anything else of it. But without further ado, guys, let's just go into the pack openings from our victory today. So let's go ahead. We have 8 packs here to open. So let's just start off here. I guess you guys know I never have any good luck with packs. I actually did a box opening for you guys, and I only pulled 1 secret, and I still have it on camera. So, but Goki Blade Ogre, Destiny Hero D-Draw, Altergeist, Fusion Destiny, excuse me, really good card. Halberd Assault Mode, Overflow Dragon, Dino Wrestler, and the, so we'll put our supers right there, or hollows right there. And now, so in theory, there was only 1 secret pulled and 1 ultra, so I should be getting that secret and ultra, but well, not going to happen, guys. Moving on, that guy. Shout out to all your Magical Musketeers players. Shane has been playing the deck since its conception, so expected update when Max comes out from him. That Altergeist Crackdown. I actually needed a Crackdown. Chaos Betrayer, Tyrant Dino Fusion. Gosh, Lord. Overflow Dragon, Guardragon Reincarnation, and Cupid Dunk, actually. All right. I did need a Crackdown, so that's really good. I actually got it, so I guess I can go to sleep happy tonight. The Kreltar, the Incantation Originators. That's pretty cool. Morschlag. Ooh, Firewall Guardian, and there's the secret, guys. Cherubini. Well, I guess my luck has kind of ended, so Cherubini. Valkyries. Incantation Thanatosis, pretty cool. Dino Wrestler, Handy Gallop, and Super Quantal Union. So go ahead and get these out of the way. It sucks that Cherubini was such a hyped card, and then it kind of, like, the deck kind of didn't do what it was supposed to. So, Altergeist Dragvarin. Our man Gus, he's in Team Ares. If you guys haven't checked out their channel, he actually had a lot of combos involving this guy, using this guy. So, hopefully we'll be able to get a profile for him, but he had to go. He had family to attend to, so he wasn't able to be there for their team profile. So, Assault Mode 0, Galater, Zeus S. Crawler, Mayakashi Winter, Psyflector, Valkyrie Chariot, Quantal Mega Formation, and Alphekal Appeal. Cool, cool. Assault Mode 0. Man, we've already seen plenty of this guy, haven't we? Zeus, number 5. Starling, Loud Cloud, Storm Serpent, the Cyberse Reminder, the Fusion Dino Wrestler, and a Grid Sweeper. Let's move on here. So in theory, I should be getting Ultra, but we got the Super, so that's my luck. Saryuga Shackles. This is kind of what people were saying that said that Saryuga was going to get hit, but I don't know. Selling Great Finnick, Dangerous Dragon, Altergeist Finlag, Destiny Hero Dominance. Ooh, Dominance is really good. Ooh, White Layer. I sold my Quantum deck a while back before like this card after Brilliant Fusion got hit, but I've been kind of want to pick it back up, but I got a lot of projects coming to you guys, so sadly I won't do that. Handy Gallop, Quantum Union, World Legacy, Collapse. So we'll just go ahead and shoot through him real quick. This guy actually, shoot through him, this guy pops up. This was my other option to make Ib actually. So like you play like the engine to search him, special him, synchro, you use the 3s. But yeah. Morschlag, Blade Ogre, Assault Mode 0, Firewall Exceed Dragon. That'd be my luck. Psyflector, Speed Lift, World Legacy Collapse, and Dino Wrestler Chimera Key. So last pack, guys, we'll go ahead and continue on. Last pack. Finnick, D-Draw, Dragavan, Mecha Super Quantum Mech Beast Luster X. Cool. X-Zero Cross Crusader. Really good card for the Hero archetype, guys. Really good. Magna Formation, Appeal, Handy Gallop, Stand-In. So let's quickly go through what I got here just to show you. Oh, goodness. So this guy, Exceed Dragon, got my hopes up, saw the black. Thought it was during Gritsu, but that happens. Dominance, number 5. Cherubi. Good for me. I finally, maybe my streak's over with, guys. Fusion Destiny, Mayakashi Winter, and 1 Crackdown. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for future content. And I should have a dual video from the thing coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, guys.